time for the L's.
Yeah. DMX.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace to a lyrical legend.
I know. I just, my thought process through this whole thing is like, what the hell was DMX going through?
I mean, this is nothing new.
It's nothing new. Yeah, he struggled with drugs for a while.
For over half of his life.
You know, he's been in and out of rehab. But even for the latter, even as of late, he's been out and about. He's been having bookings. He's been doing a whole lot of things. So you never know what people are going through mentally.
You know what I do find peace in knowing that throughout his entire career and his personal life, he's always had a very transparent relationship with God. And so even through his suffering through abuse, through addiction, that's been consistent and at the top of his message. So in his death, I find comfort in knowing that he finally received the peace, you know, that he had been seeking his entire life.
Me too, but I really hate that he had to go out like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really hate that was the end all for him. You know what I'm saying? And I know that everybody out there wanted a different outcome.
Absolutely.
Especially after him being on life support and then him being brain dead and then all these other things that happened. You know, everybody was wanting a different outcome, and it just didn't happen that way this time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How many times, and I'm not going to say that, but he's been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
As far as overdosing and drug abuse, and it just makes me think like, maybe this is a part that I shouldn't be thinking. Is like, what was he going through? Like, seriously.
I mean, it makes me, if I'm thinking about DMX and his issues with substance abuse and what he was going through, then I think about my beloved Whitney. I think about every other artist. You know, Prince passed away of opioid overdose. Every other artist that we've lost to substance abuse, and imagining that the substance abuse is just the manifestation of whatever internally is
bothering them.
Yeah, in conflict with them, with their spirit. That's tough. I mean, this warfare is real. It's nothing to play with, and people take on different types of spirits.
Exactly. So that's why everybody laughing about the whole Derek Jackson thing. Like, yeah, I get he cheated, but when that lady said they was in spiritual warfare, you got to leave that alone. Because there's a lot of spirits and it's a lot of things out here. Because we are spirits. Like, this is our shell. We're moving our shell. But at the end of the day, we are spirits.
Yep,
and there are other spirits out here.
That
we are dealing with and that other people are dealing with. So that's why you have to be protective of your energy and what you take in and all that other stuff like that. Now, I do want to bring this up. The Game put a tweet out saying that people don't get love until they die.
Yeah.
So
Boosie said something similar too about unless they come home from jail.
Yeah. And I do see some truth to that, but it's just like, is that the society that we're in? Like, we're living to die, to be glorified when we die? Because most times, even truly, like, when you see people and they, for example, someone dies, and then people are like glorifying their life after their death. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And then you start to think like, well, damn, I know what's going to happen to me when I die. How many people are going to be there for me when I die? Like, those type of things automatically start going through your head.
Specifically to DMX though, like, I feel like his legacy has already been cemented. Like, when rappers talk about, rappers, I ain't never heard nobody disrespect DMX. I never heard nobody say that man wasn't talented, that man wasn't prolific, that man wasn't, an amazing lyricist, an amazing entertainer. He didn't have an iconic voice. Like, I feel like somebody like DMX, of course, this is an amazing outpouring right now, but and this man got movies. Like,
yeah, I mean,
that
he's
man
been in the game for a long ass time,
Right. I think that he's consistently gotten his flowers.
He's definitely had his flowers. And he's definitely going to continue to get them now that he's died. But do we live in a society that glorifies death? We absolutely do. We do. And people use what you say in your life as gospel once you die. Because maybe it's people's fascination of, what did they go through or their journey, or, this is something that he learned during his path. Maybe that could be it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But do we need to stop glorifying death a lot? Maybe.
I mean, I don't know.
Do you think it's a glorification type of thing?
I think that I think that when anybody exits this realm, you know, there's an acknowledgement. And people give their acknowledgement, you know.
And also, death is something that everybody
so
here on earth
experiences. We have to,
and nobody knows what it's like until
Yeah.
You actually go through it. You don't know what it's like to die until you die.
And then you can't tell nobody.
Exactly.
But
so I think that also has a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah, I get what people say, like people like lesser known people who have made impacts that has not been broadcast publicly.
Mm-hmm.
When they die, all of a sudden there's such a large outpouring and recognition for the things that they were putting their work in to do. And in that case, yeah, I do see that. But at the same time, if God calls me home, I would hope that the work that I've done on this earth is enough for someone to say, this is worth mentioning when I'm gone.
Yeah. But at the same time, a lot of people do overdose or do die, or, well, let's not say accidents like car accidents, things we can't control. Controllable accidents like drug overdoses, killing myself, those are suicide. Those type of things come from me feeling a type of way or feeling a lack of love or a lack of something.
Avoid, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for them to go through that and then receive what they've been wanting after.
But then people, like, I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Like, those people that feel that lack or that void, that's a personal thing that they feel because they may not necessarily be lacking or voiding in that. But for some reason, you know, they neurologically can't accept or feel that. Not that they hadn't been, because like, for instance, DMX has always been well received. Y'all remember his verses?
Yeah.
Snoop, that thing was like super duper big. People have always been, you know, outpouring in their love and their affection and their support for him. But his own demons may have blocked him from seeing and receiving that.
Yeah.
So even in his posthumous, the same love, outpouring, and support is what has always been there. It's just now it's in a concentrated, you know, effect because it's so new. It's abrupt. It's recent. It's jarring for us all because there's no coming back. Death is so finite.
Right. And, you know, he has a new album coming out. He was working on.
Oh, good.
And he actually has a feature with Pop Smoke.
Really?
Yeah. So that's gonna be a tough one.
That is tough. That Pop Smoke one though. His voice is just so iconic. Like, I would have loved to see what his career was going to do for him. Because sure. that voice.
Christian Dior. When it rained, it poured.